Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the complex world of business, especially when it comes to big companies making major financial moves. Today we're diving into Apollo Global Management Incorporated's latest report, and let me tell you, it is all about making some serious cash flow. Alright, so what we're looking at is what is called a Form 8K filing. Think of this as a company shouting to the world, hey, something important just happened, and you need to know about it. And for Apollo Global Management Incorporated, something very important did happen. They've been busy in the borrowing business, specifically by issuing new notes. Now, notes might sound simple, but in corporate finance, they're a way for companies to raise money by essentially promising to pay people back later with interest. It is like a big loan, but spread out to lots of lenders. They've got a few different types of these, including their common stock, preferred stock, and these junior notes, which are basically loans that get paid back after other debts if things go south. So what's the big news here? Apollo Global Management Incorporated just issued a significant amount of new debt. We're talking about not one, but two new sets of senior notes. First up, they sold $400 million worth of 4.60% senior notes that are due in 2031. That means they borrowed $400 million and promised to pay it back by January of 2031, with a 4.6% interest rate each year. Then, to add to that, they also issued another $350 million worth of 5.15% senior notes that are due in 2035. So, another big chunk of money borrowed that they'll be paying back by August of 2035 with a slightly higher interest rate of 5.15%. Now, how do you actually sell these notes to people? Well, they worked with some big-time financial players like Bofa Securities Incorporated, Citigroup Global Markets Incorporated, JP Morgan Securities Incorporated, and Wells Fargo Securities Incorporated. These are the underwriters, and they basically help the company sell these debts to investors. The agreement outlining how this all went down is also part of this filing. It's like the master plan for this borrowing operation. And what are they going to do with all this borrowed cash? The filing states it's for general corporate purposes. In plain English, this means they can use the money for anything that helps the business run. This could be investing in new projects, making acquisitions, paying off other debts, or just having extra cash on hand. It's a pretty broad category, but it tells us they're looking to deploy this capital to fuel their growth or strengthen their operations. They also included legal opinions from their lawyers at Paul, Weiss, Rifkind, Wharton, and Garrison Incorporated. This is basically the legal team saying, yep, all this borrowing and issuing of notes is done correctly according to the law. It's a sign that everything is above board and legally sound. What does all this borrowing mean for Apollo Global Management Incorporated? On the surface, it shows they're confident enough to take on more debt. This extra capital can be used to expand their investment portfolios, potentially leading to higher returns for the company and its shareholders. However, taking on more debt also means higher interest payments, which can eat into profits. Especially if interest rates rise further, they're essentially betting that the returns they can generate from using this money will outweigh the cost of borrowing. It is a classic move for investment firms looking to leverage their capital for growth. We'll be keeping an eye on how they deploy this capital and if it translates into the kind of returns they're looking for. Alright, that is our breakdown of this Apollo Global Management Incorporated filing. What is your take on these new debt issuances and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the financial world. Don't forget to check out our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.